2022 Freightliner Cascadia Truck Interior and Exterior Review. In today's video we are going to discuss about the new 2022 Freightliner Cascadia Truck in depth, from interior to exterior, and every minute detail of every feature. So, without any further ado, let's just dive into it. Owners/operators and fleet managers alike cannot get enough of the Cascadia Evolution because of its efficiency and reliability. However, we don't expect you to take our word for it. Several of our valued customers provided Freightliner semi-truck reviews to share their experiences with the Cascadia Evolution. See what our customers have to say about the driving experience, fuel economy, engine and cab of the Cascadia Evolution. Freightliner customers are seeing the benefits of its engineering technologies every day through driver feedback and their bottom line, which is reflected in the testimonials. Freightliner's goal is to sell trucks, and they're obviously selling more than any other Class 8 manufacturer out there, and this has been the case for quite some time. These big trucking companies figured out years ago that fancy long hood trucks would become a thing of the past in favor of the drop-nosed fuel-efficient models. In fact, to be honest, if I were in the market for a new truck as an owner-operator, the Freightliner Cascadia would probably be my truck of choice, primarily due to the fuel mileage and availability of dealerships for maintenance and repair. An owner-operator can learn what to buy by looking at what makes and models the big fleets are buying. The big fleets have already done the research on what they feel is the best truck available for the best value. Based in Bulwara near Ballarat in central Victoria, Mark Ricks transports grain and fertilizers primarily throughout Victoria and southern New South Wales. Depending upon the season, Mark's trucks will occasionally travel as far as the NSW New England district. A local for most of his life, Mark was born just 5 kilometers away in the town of Wallace. After earning his trade qualifications as a spray painter, Mark transitioned to transport, driving as an employee before establishing his own operation with his wife Kay, following the familiar path of buying one truck, then 2 years later buying another, then another. Mark bought his first Freightliner in 2000 and has stayed with the brand ever since, other than adding a Kenworth T610 in 2019. Mark recently took delivery of his third Freightliner Cascadia, which is a 126 model fitted with a 60-inch sleeper cab. "I've bought some Freightliner Coronados over the years and had a good run out of them," says Mark of his decision to become an early adopter of the latest from Freightliner. "So I moved on to Cascadia when they came out." Asked what is important to him in a truck, and Mark has a quick and straightforward answer: value for money. Much of the grain transport is performed on behalf of the giant agribusiness operation Grain Corporation. Fertilizer transport is also seasonal, and only occurs over a few months each year. Much of the fertilizer product is picked up in Geelong and transported direct to farms. Fertilizer and lime account for frequent loads to the Benalla area on behalf of Benalla Bulk Fertilizers. Mark and his son Ben perform all the maintenance, other than full rebuilds of engines or gearboxes. Their strict maintenance routines are likely the main factors contributing to the impressive reliability and longevity the Ricks family extracts from its vehicles. "We don't have a lot of days off," says Mark. "The trucks are out during the week and we do all our maintenance on the weekend, so they are always on the road." Proof that good maintenance pays dividends is embodied by the 2005 Freightliner Columbia, which Mark has only recently sold, although he had some regrets due to an almost emotional attachment to the vehicle. At the time of its sale, the truck had covered more than 2 million kilometers, the engine being rebuilt twice and the transmission once. Other components, such as the diffs, were not touched in all that time. The current boom in the sales of new trucks has also had an effect on the used truck market, with the value for quality second-hand vehicles on the rise. "I was never going to sell that truck," says Mark of the C12 Columbia. "But when I got a good offer on it, I thought if I don't sell it I would be an absolute fool. I'd rebuilt the motor last year, so mechanically it was A1. We put it in for roadworthy inspection and only had to replace the torque rod bushes on the rear and put 2 windscreens in it. That's not bad for 2 million Ks. Mark's maintenance and servicing regimes contributed to the longevity of 2 of his Coronados, with a 2013 model covering 1.1 million kilometers before the engine was rebuilt, and a 2012 model is still performing well at 1.2 million kilometers before its engine was overhauled, even though it was not exhibiting any problems up to that point in its working life. Having a truck in the fleet which has similar specifications to the Freightliners provides the opportunity for some operational comparisons. Fuel-wise, the Detroit engine is probably a smidgen in front of the Cummins in the T610, but I'm not talking huge amounts, he says. It may be 1.85 kilometers per liter compared to about 1.9, but the Detroit does use less AdBlue. As the business has expanded, Mark doesn't get to perform as much driving himself as he used to, a situation for which he harbors a little regret. Traveling to different locations, particularly in the country, results in meeting new people and expanding his network. What I used to like about what we do is getting out and about to different places all the time. You meet some good people, and you meet some not so good people, but overall you mostly meet a lot of good people and you see plenty of the country and you're not stuck in the city, he says. Getting out and about is very enjoyable. The latest Cascadia is connected to a stag trailer set from Chris's Bodybuilders, the first tri-stag combination manufactured by the Melbourne-based body and trailer builder. Mark has specified automated manual transmissions since he bought the Columbia back in 2005. I tried running them way back then and I've stuck with the Autopath ever since, he says. Over the years they have got better, but this new 12-speed in the Cascadias is second to none and is super smooth. It's just like going for a drive in my Ram pickup. Mark genuinely appreciates the evolution of the Freightliner brand and how it has improved its suitability for his type of operation. When I bought the first Coronado, I thought it was so much better than the old trucks. I bought 3 of them in 3 years, and yet the new Cascadia makes the Coronado look almost ancient, Mark says. It's nothing like any Freightliner anyone has ever experienced before. It's the ultimate. Consequently, Mark has acquired 3 Cascadias during the past 12 months through Brendan Eales, who is the Freightliner specialist at the Daimler Trucks dealership located at Somerton in the northern suburbs of Melbourne. It's a continual challenge to attract and retain good drivers, no more so than in the bush, so driver acceptance of certain vehicles is an important issue. One of the Cascadias has a 34-inch sleeper and performs 5 trips a fortnight to Adelaide, and the regular driver had driven the renowned Mercedes-Benz Actros Prime Movers in his previous job. There is not anything wrong with the truck. Towing a single trailer with 600 horsepower, it saves half an hour per leg loaded to around 44 tons over and back, he says. It's only done 15,000 kilometers, but it's returning 2.4 kilometers per liter. The quietness of the Cascadia cabs and advancement of the hardware and the suite of technologies continue to impress Mark and his drivers. There is a lot of value for money in that truck. It's got everything on it as standard, and for the first 500,000 kilometers I don't have to worry about them, which is a bonus, he says. If people get to try them, they will be quietly surprised at how good they are. If you can get 1,000,000 Ks out of a truck and it hasn't caused you any grief, you haven't done bad and made a bit of money along the way if you're doing everything right. But maintenance is the key. That's the proof with the old 2005 model doing 2,000,000 Ks. However, I must say that of all the big truck manufacturers, not only did Freightliner probably do the best job of predicting the market they needed to appeal to, but they were also the first manufacturer to read the market correctly and appealing to the large trucking company fleets, with economically practical, fuel-efficient rigs as opposed to concentrating their efforts on owner-operator sales. You don't often see fleets of long-nosed Peterbilts or Kenworth trucks. And there's clearly a good reason for that. And this was all about the 2022 Freightliner Cascadia truck. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to latest luxury cars channel. Do press the bell icon for more exciting videos like this.